Hey guys, welcome to some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. We have Puck, the blue Zerg, playing down on the bottom left-hand corner. Top right-hand corner, we have, there he is, better see him. Here we have RVN Celesteon, who is playing as the Red Terrans, GLHF there from Puck. Right, let's see what this game gives. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit just to get us past the initial building of workers. Looks like we got his first supply coming down on... And coming down on this, the 10th SCV builds a supply depot. We've got no signs of an orbital anything from the Zerg would be devastating. No signs of a spawning pool yet. An Overlord is up and out. Nothing really, just a continued production of workers there from the Zerg, which is kind of good. I mean, you're on a long distance map. You've got a good rush. Let's slow it back down to normal speed. We've got a long distance rush there, so you can get away with, what's this? Is he going for fast expand? I think he is. Yes, he's going for a fast expand. On a cross map distance like this, you can quite happily get your expansion down fast. And the Terrans, I wouldn't be surprised if the Terrans tried something similar. Now he's gone for his gas, so he's going to kind of bunker down a little bit for the moment. Now, normally on this map, I like to bunker down here. I'll actually forego building up here and actually just go straight for building down here. Get the barracks down here, get a couple of bunkers down here, and then maybe another bunker down here, and supply depots at the back somewhere. Supply depots here, but very interesting to see how Celesteon does it now. Looks like Celesteon is possibly going to go for an expansion. It'll be difficult to see. We do have the spawning pool down. Spawning pool came down on 50, I think 14 actually for Puck, so he's one gas, both workers in it, or all workers in it. And he's got his expansion here, which is about to come up as well. Got a bit of a firefight going on here. The Marine there trying to take out Puck's Overlord. I'm not sure if Puck will get that Overlord out of there in time. The Overlords are incredibly slow, and you can see there's Celesteon moving his Marine, so he doesn't have to keep shooting, move, shoot, move, shoot. He can actually stop and have a good old blast away, emptying the entire magazine. Will Puck get that Overlord out? Overlord, 18 health, 12, 6. Ah, no! And now it's down. That is the chance for Puck, sorry, for Celesteon to get down his command center. Don't think Puck would have seen that. Oh, he did! Oh, now, if Celesteon had waited 1 second, this is Puck's view, and that Puck wouldn't have seen that coming down. If he'd waited another second, he would not have seen that coming down. That would have been as a complete surprise. He wouldn't have realised his opponent had fast expanded. That's just an Overlord, so that's not doing anything. He's got workers coming out of here as well. He's got the Queen up in here. Queen up inside the main base as well, injecting additional larvae there. Now, I'm wondering whether that Queen will be spreading creep. A few games I've seen with Zerg that just do not want to spread their creep. We've got Zergling speed on the way, and again, something that you really need on a long distance map is either Zergling speed or be really, really cheeky and try and put down a spawning, a hatchery up here with a spawning pool, and get your Zergs to all spawn up there and all race up there. Bunker coming down at the bottom of the ramp. That, unfortunately, I think is a big gap there. Yep, there's a big gap. We've got some Reaper harassment that's going to be coming out as well. Marines are going to be rushing into this bunker. This command center is down, just upgrading into an orbital command. Orbital commands, if you're a Terran plane, you don't have an orbital command, stop playing the game, put it back in the box, send it back to Blizz and say you're too stupid. Right, we've got a Reaper out. At least for your first 2 or 3 command centers. After that, yeah, go orbital planetary fortresses. But first off, you really, really need your orbital commands. And Zerglings coming out in a large number of siege tanks on the way as well for the Terrans. Looks like we've got a supply depot wall off coming down here. We've got a bunker down here. I'd like to see another bunker down here just to complete that wall off to be really, really nasty. Couple of mules coming down here as well. Where is that Reaper? Reaper's running around. He's going to get chased off by the Queen. He's going to get taken out by the Queen. No, mate. Oh, Got 12 health left now. If you can find somewhere quiet to sit up and rest for a little while, he will heal. You see there, he's already started healing. There is a spine crawler available in each base. Just there, just to deal with him. He's almost back up to full health. Now he's into the rear of the mineral line. He's going to be able to get off a good few shots here. But look at this. In the meantime, the Zerg have broken through. Oh, this is not good. The Zerg have broken through Puck's lines. The Marines there are not able to hold the line. The siege tank, though, is going to make very, very short work of that. But look at this. Puck has got 3 kills. I'm going to leave it centered on Puck, so we can keep an eye on the number of kills he's got. But 4 kills. Those Zerglings there being more of a pain, unfortunately, now, because Celesteon obviously bringing... Yeah, Celesteon took his half the ball to bring the Queen over, which has allowed the Terran player to mop up that base. And those are quite nasty casualties, so let's have a quick look at... wrong button? Yes, wrong button. Units killed, there we go. 5 workers apiece. Though Celesteon killed 23 so far. 23 Zerglings so far. That is quite nasty. Immediately the Terrans get straight back into mining with a couple of mules down there. This is not going to hurt their chances of actually producing stuff at all. Now, the siege tank there is not such a great idea. I'd put the siege tank back here, so you can get a better line onto that ramp and there. He's just too far away there. Really could have done with being there, but not my game. And it will actually protect the mineral line as well, just in case there are any weird kind of drops. Puck has expanded again. He's got another hatchery down here. He's going for that's his third. And he's got a macro hatchery coming up in his main base as well. He's got a spire on the way as well. So he's going to be going for mutalisks. Mutalisks. I keep wanting to call them hydralisks. Mutalisks will be coming out as well. Mutalisk and hydralisk, or mutalisks and roaches actually is one of my favourite builds for Zerg. That is a very, very effective build. No sign of a roach warren yet, though. No sign of a roach warren at all. Now, just in case you're curious as to why he's building a second base inside his main base, because Zerg rely on larvae generated by these hatcheries and lairs and hives, building a second one means you have twice as much larvae being produced inside the base. Simples. So you build twice as much stuff. It's almost as like building extra barracks. Some creep tumors are down. Not a lot of creep spread from Puck, unfortunately. I would like to have seen a little bit more. And interesting as well from Puck as well, you've got the overlords here at the edges of the map. Anything that flies with you. So if the Terran player tries a Medivac rush or Medivac harassment, it will get seen. The same is over here. We've got an Overseer and a Zergling. So the Zergling will prevent anything being built here for the time being. And again, that will give him some advance warning of Medivac harassment coming in. He may not be able to stop it. He may actually even die trying. But see, that's a much better position for the siege tank. Though again, I still would have preferred it here. A little bit closer. But that's just my opinion. Mind you, he's got a siege tank up here which will cover this area here very, very nicely. So what have the Terrans got? The Terrans got 2 barracks. He does have a double engineering bay. He's going to need his armory to get level 2 upgrades. But he only has 2 barracks. 2 barracks and a factory, and you're on 2 bases. With okay, why the Terrans would build a macro command center, I have no idea. Starport coming down for the Terrans as well now, so it looks like we're going to get some harassment from them. Why a macro orbital command, I have no idea. I really... Maybe RVN Celesteon is a Zerg player at heart and thinks that this is a good idea. I don't know. It's not. It's a waste. Yeah, because mind you, he's using it to build additional SCVs. No, he's not actually building anything out of it though. Oh, he has got some SCVs coming now. Okay, so he's going to use it to quickly get double SCVs out. So if all 3 of these produce 5 SCVs queued up, that'd be like 15 SCVs coming out very, 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 very quickly, getting this base up to maximum production. We've got 2 more barracks coming down for Celesteon as well. He does have his armory up now, so he's going to be able to get his level 2 upgrades up. He's got his 1-1 upgrades up for his marines. And the upgrades for his tanks, obviously not, because he hasn't got anything coming out of the armory yet. Puck has not expanded. He does have his spire up. Evolution chambers, double evolution chambers, and a roach warren. So we are going to see and a hydralisk den as well. So we are going to see lisk roach with plenty of upgrades. Plenty of upgrades is good. Now, double queens as well, of course, are able to inject larvae into both these hatcheries. That means that Puck is going to be able to build a force very, very, very quickly. He's got Zerg Flyer attacks level 1. Now, sometimes I like to get a second spire up just to get the armor upgrades as well. I'm not sure what that worker is doing coming in here. Is he going to be as a spire? No, he's actually just coming in to do some harvesting. Look at the number of workers the Zerg have. Very, very few workers into their main base. 13 into their expansion and 18 on this third. I'm surprised actually the Zerg haven't expanded here. As I say that, here it comes. After those rocks are destroyed, of course. Yes, you're going to have to destroy those rocks. I'm afraid you're going to need some Zerglings, old boy. Right, let's see. Where are the Zerg? Zerg are massing up here. What are the Terrans doing? Terrans have got... Looks like the Terrans just beat off a small attack of Zerglings. SCV's coming in to build some pre-positioned buildings. And in come the Zerglings. Massive Zergling attack. Massive Zergling attack. And the Marines... I don't think the Marines, even with Medivacs, can withstand this. And it means the SCVs are going to have to get pulled off the line. Siege tanks, they're covering their retreat. But unfortunately, these half-built buildings are actually being left alone. Oh, what? No, no, kill the SCVs. Eat them. Eat well, my children. The missile turrets are up. That's fine. But the actually cancelled the... refineries, which makes absolute sense, but his SCV is just trapped in there and are not going to get out. He's going to need more Marines to come out as well. Has he got any more Marines? He does have a handful of Marines coming out. I'd also move a siege tank up to around about here. Oh, genius. So yes, there we go. So more Marines coming in now, more Marines. I'm not entirely sure those Marines are going to be able to survive against the Zerglings either. They have got Zergling speed. Nice pick up there though, and decoying them straight into a siege tank blast, but the Zerg player is keeping them out of the reach again and again and again. Now what's he going for? He's landed the SC Orbital Command. He's actually going to try and use the Orbital Command to try and tempt the Zerg into eating the Orbital Command rather than going for the Marines, which means the Marines can live long enough to wipe out the Zerg. The Orbital Command survives, the Marines mop up, excuse me, and mules drop down immediately to continue harvesting. Whilst all that was going on, I missed this hatchery coming down, but this hatchery is down. Did they get rid of the rocks here? No, they didn't get rid of the rocks here. We still have a drone here that's hungrily looking at those rocks. I'm surprised he hasn't attacked really himself yet. Now let's see, what have the Terrans got that they can do? This little force here, I'll get a few more Marines and go and do some harassment on this base. Unfortunately, the Terrans don't know it's there, but never mind. So what have we got coming out for the Zerg? We've got missile level 1. We've got Burrow coming out for the... would be useful for the roaches as well. We've got... what on earth is that? Muscular augments. What does that do? What does muscular augment do? And that's roach speed. Muscular augment. I have no idea. Somebody else will write in and tell me what muscular augment does. We've got baneling speed on the way. We've got a baneling nest at the back here as well. What's this coming down? Infestation pits. So we're going to go for hive tech and looks like infestors on the way. And why not? You're up against Terrans. Infestors are a really good idea. Creep tube now down so we can get some creep and fill in that gap. The Queens move so slowly off of creep. All of Zerg units move slower off of creep, but Queens move incredibly slowly off of creep. Hatchery down there. That Zergling decided he wasn't going to take the rocks out. He was just going to plop down. What's that? And here we have, yes, we do have a medivac full of Marines coming in. He's going to try and drop in on top of that spine crawler. He's going to be braver than me. I'd have dropped them right on top of the spine crawlers, moved the Marines in, stim, fired off. We'll take down the spine crawler. And Medivac there got a fair bit of energy on board, so we can keep those Marines alive for quite a while. Two double Queens though, the double Queens could actually go for the Medivac, and it looks like the Medivac's on its last legs. And no, it's not. I completely misjudged that entirely. Nice pickup, runaway, leaves behind a sacrificial Marine. That he's only lost 2 Marines out of that entire bunch in that drop. That spore crawler there trying to have a few pops at the Medivac, but the Medivac quite comfortably gets away. Mass Zergling with roaches as backup. That is nasty. That is really, really nasty. We've got Zerg missile attacks and Zerg armor 1, Zerg melee attack, Zerg armor attack. We've got corruptors on the way, not infestors, corruptors on the way. Another hatchery is being built, has been built, will be built. Another hatchery up here. Good lord, the Terrans really do need to get something sorted now really, really quickly. So let's have a quick look overview of the Terrans. The Terrans have got 1, 2, 3, 6 barracks and 2 factories on 3 bases. That's not bad. He's getting a command centre down. Looks like he's going to plonk himself down over here as well, or unless he's going to go over here. Nice use of the Overlord there just to spread some creep. Stops his opponent dropping in a base down here. Mass attack now by the Marines. The Marines, I would hit this base here. It's got nothing in it. And here come the Marines for a mass drop. But look here, the Zerg are just waiting for this mass Marine attack to come in. Have they fired off stim? Not yet, no. And now they fire off stim and they're going to take down the Zerglings. Zerglings can't get the surround. Corruptors coming in though and starting to take out the Medivacs. Now the Medivacs go down. That's going to be very, very, very bad news for the Marines, as it's a hell of a long walk home. But look at this, the Marines are mopping up those Corruptors so quickly. And for some reason a Zergling survived. And the Marines there have used stim. The medivacs could pick them up and take them home. Look at this, though. It's a high-tech... Sorry, a low-tech solution to a high-tech answer. Look at that Marine fly through the air as the spine crawler finally gets taken out. But the Marines are now desperately in need of healing. Medivac's moving up, but they're going to run straight into another spine crawler. And the Queen, and Roaches, and Hydralisks. But the Marines are actually going to push up. They've stimmed again, which is incredibly dangerous. The Marines now, glass cannons, very little health left on those Marines. And I think the Marines will get mopped up very, very quickly by this force of the Zerg. Yep, the Zerg hold that line very, very easily, but they've lost a hatchery. And look at this force! The Marines actually have quite a significant force ready to move out. They're dropping scans down now to see what's available. They're going to see if they can come in and start taking out some of these creep tumors. Just bring in a few Marines, take out the creep tumors. But look at this. Roaches and Hydralisks everywhere. This is going to be very, very tough for the Marines to combat. Now, mixing in a few SCVs into the mix. These SCVs, you can see, are going to start doing things like repairing the medivac. You can see the medivacs there being repaired. Medivacs are going to be repaired. Siege tanks will get repaired. He's got Hellbats as well. Now, I'm not sure whether... I think Hellbats get repaired by medivacs, but they are light armoured biological. I've said so many times before. It is actually the worst of all worlds because you're light. You're light, so anything that does bonus damage to light does bonus damage to you. Anything that does bonus damage to biological does bonus damage to you. They've got two armies going to miss their siege tanks sieging up, bringing out the Hellbats, going to tempt in the... Oh, and it tempts the Zerg in to come into play right on front of the siege tank line. Oh, that is absolute genius! Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. And the Marines and the Hellbats there just mopping up absolutely everything else. The Zerg army there just fooled into coming in and playing with the siege tank. The siege tanks get their tracks going, move out again, go. Yeah, that was just cool, man. That's how we roll. But look at this mass banelings. I would get your Marines and medivacs run away. Siege tanks are not going to stop this attack coming in, and it's backed up with by Zerg, by Speedlings as well. And bear in mind, these Banelings do have Baneling speed, so the Marines are not going to have a lot of time to respond. And look at the Marines are going to start melting. The Marines are immediately trying to fall back. Siege tanks are going to take the brunt of that attack. And oh no, look at the humanity. The Siege tanks there taking a massive damage. And 3 Marines survived that attack. But the Zerg just spent almost, well, that was basically the entire Marine force, Zerg force went in there. Zerglings coming in now. Siege tanks obliterating everything. Siege tanks there, splash damage, killing their own siege tanks, which is a little bit unfortunate, but siege tanks cannot shoot at something that is in melee combat with it. So this siege tank here will get killed by this siege tank at the back, shooting at the target that's engaging him. Does that make sense? Mutalisks now out on the field in large numbers, going to mop up these siege tanks really quickly. Can he get those medivacs out? There's a poor Hellbat there running for home going, no, you've left me behind, you've forgotten me. I don't know why he's suddenly German, but there you go. He's forgotten me. And the Marines now turn around, do a little bit of fighting back into Mutalisks. Large numbers of Marines against large numbers of Mutalisks. It usually goes in the Marines' favour. The Marines have got stim and shield. 3-3 on those Marines, which is absolutely horrific. Whereas the Mutalisks, what have the Mutalisks got? 0-1. 0-1 on the Mutalisks. That is not good. 3-3 Marines, 0-1 Mutalisks. What about the Siege Tanks? Siege Tanks have got 3 on their attack ability. And why not? 3 on their attack ability. That's absolutely devastating. Medivac, mass Medivac push. They're going to take these rocks out, I think. Yep, we're going to take the rocks down. Now, the Zerg did get those rocks down. They have... No, I lied. It was these rocks, and they still haven't taken them down. But Creep Tumor Central... Queen there has just gone insane. She's like, I'm Creep Tumor! And in come the Marines. No sign of Ravens, actually, which is interesting. A couple of Ravens in this mix would allow them to see the Creep Tumor, start taking some of these Creep Tumors down. Marines there, not entirely confident that they've got enough troops. No, can't see where that scan went, but there's the Marine Army moving out. Now, he's scanned over here. He's going to see this hatcheries up, and he has spotted this massive Zergling force. As look at this, Corruptors have moved in, Zerglings have moved in, Marines are moving in now, stimmed on the Marines, trying to get these Corruptors down. Can they get the Corruptors down? No, they can't, but they can force them to retreat. And the Marines have come in, sorry, the Zerglings have come in, but the Zerglings are taking massive damage from these Hellbats. Hellbats are absolutely eating at these Zerglings for breakfast, and not surprisingly, they do massive damage to Zerglings. Hellbats, I mean, the Hellbats are going to be 3 Hellbats? Oh, sorry, 3 weapon Hellbats, because they are a vehicle. They do count as a vehicle, but they're healed by Medivacs. Oh, Baneling's coming in again! Oh, no, those poor Marines! But this base is going to come up and then go straight back down again. The Marines, they're trying to chase off the Corruptors. The Marines are one of the best, I think, units to use against Corruptors. Just purely for the fact that they've just got so much firepower. And look at that, it's nice use of a scan to start taking out creep tumors. But Mutalisk coming in now. Mutalisk and Zerglings being lined up. But Puck is right up against the wall now. He's being pushed back and further back into his base. And he's not got an awful lot to stop this. We've got 8 more Marines on the way. We've got Zerg and Missile Attack level 3 coming on the way, though, which will be very good. We've got Armor 2 and Weapon 2 for the missile units. But those roaches, rally point right in front of the Marines. This is not good. Excuse me, the rally point was right in front of the Marine line. Zerg committing everything they've got to try and get turned back this Marine line. This Marine line is just going to absolutely butcher this base. And this is why I like Marines with a handful of Hellbats. Great, a mass Hellbat army, not so much, but a handful of Marines with some Hellbats, a good mix. And I think that is the trick to your armies, is actually having a good mix. Unfortunately, this is a problem I always have. My Air Force strays far too ahead of my Marine line. But look at this, the Marines just forming a nice line across the battlefield here, advancing steadily, just shooting everything that comes in front of them. Oh, this is not good at all. The air units there pulled away back to the main line. Medivac still a bit too far forward. Could do with coming back. More Marine reinforcements coming in. The Marine line thickening up. The Zerg line thinning out more and more. And the main hive is going to be taken down very, very soon. And the Zerg, and the Zerg Puck called GG. RVN Celesteon was victorious. What a beautiful game that was, guys. What an absolute beautiful game. Shows the power of Marines. If you mix them with some Medivacs, Marines, Medivacs, mix them with a few Hellbats, some Siege Tanks, you can crush your opponents. Also, though, shows the very, very good use of switching tech there by the Zerg. Trying to get additional use, different units, something else out there you can use to crush the Marines. Those Corruptors would have been better if you'd upgraded them to Broodlords. I think they would have been absolutely lethal. If you'd upgraded them to Broodlords, I think you would have forced the Terrans to upgrade to something like Battle Cruisers or Massed Vikings or something like that. I don't think that Massed Broodlords would have been able to stand up. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. I've been Havoc, and I've rambled on far too long. Catch you guys on the flip side.